funny. Okay, so anyway, have some brownies in the back. A quick shout out to the village of Queens, 350 years old this year. Same as our president. Anyway, I met Rick back. I met Rick back in 4th grade at Ellesmere School on the playground. I was a newbie to the school, and they were playing kickball. I never played kickball, so I sat down and watched and kept my mouth shut for once. And Rick was kicking the ball, and then I finally got in. I kicked the ball, and Rick kicked a pretty good one. Rick, being the nice guy he is, said, "Nice kick from Homo," and I said, "Better than you, Pedrosia." So that's how we met. Anyway, our Aunt Rhoda passed away about a year ago, and she had a great sense of humor, even when things were sad, even wakes and funerals. So I think she's channeling through me tonight. Being in a large Italian family and having a big Italian family and being in general practice for a long time, I knew a lot of families, and I went to a lot of wakes, and a lot of them were Italian wakes. So I think I got this gene from my mother, and my wife used to call me the wake man. So my mother, every day in the morning, would open the paper and look for somebody she might have known, and she'd say, "Oh my God, Gino, look who passed away. The mailman's sister-in-law. The wake's tonight, I gotta go." So she'd go to the wake, and she goes, "Can you get the boys dinner?" And me and my brother would be like, "Yeah, Mickey Mouse pancakes for dinner tonight, because that's the only thing you can make." And they were good. So my mother would go to the wake, and she signed the book. Now, very important you sign the book, because Italians keep score, okay? She signs the book, and there's also a little card you take, a little mass card, wake card, with a picture, and a little prayer on the back. So she would bring the cards home to us, and give them to me and my brother like souvenirs. And we'd be like, "Oh, thanks, Mom." You know? But then my brother Gene, also known as Buddy, wait a minute, is your name Gene or Buddy? Come on, make your mind up. You're 65 years old. Pick a name. So anyway, he got the idea we could trade these cards. So I'll give you Uncle Phil for Aunt Mary and vice versa. So we trade the cards. So my mother's Uncle Charlie died. We couldn't wait for her to get home from the wake, because Uncle Charlie used to race motorcycles in Italy. And growing up, we loved motorcycles. And my brother still does. So one time in a race, Uncle Charlie fell, broke his leg, and he lost the tip of his ring finger in the right hand. So when you shook his hand, it tickled in your palm. It was a little stump, you know. So anyway, so my mother, knowing that Uncle Charlie card would be worth something, took 2 of them. And they were laminated. Now sometimes the funeral home would laminate the cards, so they would last for generations and they could be passed down. There's never going to be a second printing of these cards, right? So, good thing. So, when I got too old to trade the cards, we stopped trading them. You cannot throw them out. You come back from a wake, you can't throw them out. It's bad karma. So what do you do with them? You put them in the shoebox. Now, every Italian family has a sacred shoebox where the wake book goes, the cards, alphabetical order, baptism certificates, birth certificates, and my mother kept full medical histories on the back of our birth certificates. Every vaccine you ever had, every operation. Today she needed an extra page for all the COVID vaccines. So I want to go over a few scenarios of wakes. There's like 3 different types of wakes that are popular. One is the wake by proxy. Now this is where, like Uncle Charlie's wife died, I couldn't make the wake. So I had somebody else go, sign my name. It was in the book, Italians keep score. And as long as it's in the book, it counts. And they take a card for extra proof of attendance. The second one is the twofer wake, or the double header. That's where you go to a funeral home, there's 2 wakes going on at once. You know both parties, you stay, it's a big time saver. And the third one is, which I did this several times, the mistake wake. I go to the funeral home from work, I walk in, it's the wrong funeral home. Oh my God, but I did know the person, I stayed, paid my respects, and went on to the right one. Now, a while back, my Uncle Pete gave me a call. Now, every family, Italian family, has an Uncle Pete somewhere in the lineage. So he gives me a call, he goes, "Bill, you got the book?" I said, "What book you talking about?" He goes, "The book from your dad's wake." I said, "It's been 25 years, Pete, what do you want that for?" He goes, "Because I want to know if Rocco Manolano went to your father's wake. Because if he didn't go to your father's wake, I'm not going to his. Remember, Italians keep score. So and he goes, plus, Rocco, I saw him, I said, did he die? He was a great guy. He goes, he didn't die, but I saw him the other day. He didn't look too good. So I want to be ready. I want to be prepared. So I had the book, because it's in the sacred shoebox. I give my uncle the book. And about a week later, I'm scanning the obituaries in the morning, like my mother taught me. Who's in the paper? Rocco. The wake's tonight. I called my uncle. I'm like, hey, you see Rocco passed away? And my uncle goes, yeah, he passed away. And I noticed, and I did confirm he went to your father's wake, so I want to go to his. Plus, he said, Rocco's a great patient. He always paid in cash. So I picked my uncle up. We go to the wake. Rocco's a popular guy. There was a long line, you know. So we get in line, we get up, we sign the book, and we took 2 cards each, and they were laminated because we knew they'd be worth something someday. So we get in line, we sign the book, we get up closer. My uncle, in a too loud of a whisper, goes, Rocco looks good. He looks good. And I said, well, I don't know about that, but he's never going to have another bad hair day. So then he said, geez, I don't know, I feel bad. I was just talking to him the other day. I said, what'd you say to him? Look at him now. So we're getting closer, and in the front row, like a bunch of little old Italian ladies in the front row, like Ruth Ginsburg on the bench, the Supreme Court bench. And they're all whispering, Rocco does look good. Then I realized the reason they're so close is they're on deck in the whole back and forth, center. So we get through the line, we pay our respects to Rocco and to his wife, Maria. He said, Maria, we're sorry to hear about your husband. And my uncle goes, he was a great patient, he always paid in cash. So remember, live a good life, make your wake card be a laminated one, always pay your debts in cash, and remember, you look good. Now listen, I gotta say one more thing about Rick. Rick, you gotta listen. Rick. So listen, this guy's been playing music for years, and support him.
He ain't supporting you.
This guy's playing music for years.
Whatever he said.
Yeah, so no, support him. And
they're selling CDs.
I think his Inside the Car CD album is better than